Okay, so I'm a little bit early, but good evening, everybody. This is Dr. Copeland, your stay-at-home grandma, and tonight we're having Wednesday night artists and crafters and writers and poets and even people that do food blogging and things like that, bloggers. This is my first night, so I'm expecting people to come on and to join and be a part of it. And if you want to come into the seat, I have 3 seats that will be open, so you can come in and you can make some comments or whatever. So please do. Anyway, moving right along. I picked this because, there's a lot of Blab going on, which is really, really good. But, I'm finding that not a lot of artists are coming on. And I'm wondering why, because this is a good platform for artists and crafters and writers and those people that have written books or written poetry and stuff like that. It never, having a publicist is good, but getting your own published work out is better. So having said that, I'm just going to tell you what I'm working on. I'm not working on an art piece. I'm actually working on some upcycling. And I've been doing old sweaters. I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm just going to show you what I cut them into pieces. And when I cut them into pieces, these are the pieces. This has got a pin in it, so I've got to be careful. These are the pieces. So I did one segment of the first upcycling thing that I did. About a week or so ago, and I got 4 hats, I believe, and a pair of leggings, and I think I found them. And if I can find the other one, that would be good. And a pair of leggings, and I forgot what else, but I know it's hats. And so, because you have these old sweaters, and you kind of throw them away, and so this is what I'm going to use, this side right here. I'm going to make mittens today. Okay, and I'm going to cut them out, and I'm just doing artwork on here. So I'm hoping that other people will come on and they'll talk and they'll, do some things with me or talk about their art. Art comes in all kinds of multifacets, and it's kind of a shame that people don't appreciate art the way that they should. And at least in my mind, they don't. They're always looking for something, or I don't know. They're always saying something, or like they don't like it, or whatever. But art comes in all kinds of forms. And I'm looking for something while I'm doing this. And I just really validate and value those people that are in the artist world. I was telling my granddaughter, my granddaughter is an amazing person, and she and her family, they're so funny. But I know what I did. I know I'm going to do. I'm going to fold this in half. It tickled me because my granddaughter and I, we had this. She's 6 years old, and we played hooky from church Sunday and went to Goodwill, and we were looking for some things, to upcycle. I'm going to upcycle some furniture. I used to do it before. I mean, my art is not classic art like some people. Hello, somebody's in here. Wait a minute, let me see. Hi, Jeremy. How are you? Yeah. I hope I spelled your name right. Anyway, I'm telling you that we had gone to Goodwill, and we were going to get some sweaters and things, and some things for ourselves because I go to Goodwill all the time. I've been going to Goodwill since I was a wee babe, and so we're going to Goodwill, and we go in, and we're looking in the bins, and she's good. Trust me, she is such a good shopper, and she's really a good shopper. She really is. I don't know what happened to. I cut some. Oh, I found one. I cut some patterns out. Okay, well. So anyway, we go to Goodwill, and we're in there milling along and looking for things and everything, and we work our way. They had these bins. It was in the outlet. So if anybody's familiar with the outlet, they know about the Goodwill and everything. I decided not to buy any glass or anything because that means I had to carry it. So I'm walking along, and I'm looking, and we're looking, and we're finding some sweaters that we can upcycle and some other things, and she's finding some things that she likes and everything. And all of a sudden we get down to the end of the bin, and we were going to go up and down the bins, and she looks up and she says, I said, what's the matter? She said, look. And when we looked, we're at the other end of the room. There were so many people in there, so we made our way and got out. It was really crazy. But saying that, you do what you have to do. I have some other work that I do. I'm mostly a crafter, and I like to take old things and turn them into new things. So, having said that, I enjoy, what I do. And, I make things, I knit. I don't sew as much as I used to when my kids were young, but, I might get back to that because of now I'm retired. So I'm finding new things to do. So, oh, here it is. You look hard, you find things. That's the other pattern. For the mittens. So now I got to find the scissors, so I'll be right back. So just, talk about that's when I get up. I don't know where they were or where they went. Okay, I had scissors, and I know where they're at. But I'm not going to cut it because that would mean I have to leave the board for a minute. So, having said that, I'm feeling like I left them in the other room. So I don't know whether I want to go get them or not. Wait till somebody else comes back on and see what happens. I get a good feeling about what I do, and I enjoy it immensely. And a lot of people don't really like to do home crafts and things like that. And it's not about money, or it's not about me saving money or anything like that. It's just about me building a relationship with myself. And I have a pretty good relationship with myself because I do those things. And it's, I guess, not as common as it was years ago when I was a kid. Everybody that I knew, mother pretty much, that I knew, or grandmother, would be knitting or sewing or baking a pie or baking a cake or, decorating their home or, those just different things. And it was really quite beautiful to be able to see people do their art in such a way that, it was profound. It really, really was. And so now we're more into, and I go to art museums all the time. And in fact, I'm showing a couple of my pieces at an art museum. I just haven't got a date yet. but I'm going to give them a date in the next couple of weeks. I just have to look at my calendar. But I mean, art to me is anything. It just is anything. There's so much things in art. There's art in food. There's art in music. There's art in singing. There's art in dance. There's also the dance, the choreography. That is completely artistic. Whoever can come up and think of the dances that, I mean, let's be real. Some of these dances are just beautiful. You know what I mean? And their rhythm and their balance and just everything is just wonderful. And it makes me think very seriously of how, how God created them. You know what I mean? And how he put, he dropped into their minds, what it is that he wants them to do and how it is that he wants them to do it. And, you can look at them and you can see the positive ones, okay? We won't go into the negative ones because I'm not a negative person, but the positive ones, it's funny to see how very graceful and beautiful and well balanced and well proportioned these dancers are, so that when they're dancing, it's like really, it's just great. It makes me want to dance again. And unfortunately, I'm way past that. I mean, I dance, with a party or something. Somebody has a birthday party or something, I do my little bit of something. But when I was dancing, I really didn't realize, because I was very young, of how that person who choreographed it put together such movement and such balance, that, and how beautiful they were in doing it. I had a few dance teachers, but one of them was Paul Kennedy, and it was Mrs. Kennedy's son, and he was a beautiful choreographer. And one year we did something to, I don't remember what the name of the music was now, it escapes me, but he was amazing. He was amazing in what he did and how he put the choreography together with the music so that we actually flowed into the music. So it was like the dancers and the music were all one. Okay. And in fact, he got an award for that. And I'm just amazed at how people don't see art the way that I see it. They don't look at the painter, even if it's an abstract painting, they don't look at what torment or what anger or what fear or what might have transpired within that person's persona. You know what I mean? It's kind of like when there's an abstract painting, generally because I am a retired therapist, I think that there's a freshly open moon, and I believe that everybody should paint. Everybody should paint. Everybody should sculpt. Everybody should do whatever in order to feel good about who they are, because somehow or other, all of whatever is eating at you comes out on your work, whatever you do. And it's amazing to me, the ability that these young people have, but they don't seem to want to do anything about it. And it kind of hurts because, it just really does hurt. I also cook. I love cooking. I am going to be doing some different types of things. I'm going to be doing mostly Valentine things, but I'm going to do like brownies in a mug and stuff like that. Those are real easy things and simple things to do for Valentine's Day. But after that week is over, I'm going to get into making some cheese, and actually going to make some Bailey's Irish cream my way. But I like Bailey's Irish cream. Don't drink it very much, but I do like it. So, having said that, I'm going to, I figure if I can do that, I know what else I'm going to do. I'm going to do a list of things. I'm going to compound a list in a cup tonight probably, and tomorrow, for the shows that I'm going to be doing on here, and transport them over. But I like I said, the crafters and all of that, it's their time to come on and talk about what they do. And it's funny how lots of people will say, I don't have a chance, I don't get a chance, and then when you get the chance, you don't step up to the chance like you should. I'm going to go on everything. Okay, I'm going to talk about what I do and who I am, because I'm proud of what I do and who I am. I'm proud of what I've already accomplished. I was a school counselor for 20-something years, and I taught at 2 colleges. So I'm pretty proud of what I am, and that's where you should be. You should be proud of what you are. You should feel that you have achieved something in life, okay? If your life goes away, and it will, there's no chance that it won't, you want to be able to rest knowing that you've done what you were sent here to do, okay? And if you don't do it, then, unfortunately, you ever been around those old people who, they're full of shoulda, woulda, couldas, and they don't do what is expected of them. And, I'm here for the duration, however long it's going to take. And after that, I'm going to, just do what I have to do. And that's be me and be real. I think we all make mistakes in life. We all make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes, God knows. But I'm doing the best that I can to do what I have to do. It's unfortunate, and then another thing about it that I feel I don't do more. You know what I mean? Like, I really need to be painting more, and I'm not doing that. And I really need to be sewing, and I'm not doing that at all. And it kind of, picks at me. I kind of get really, really, like, unnerved because I don't do what I should do. I don't do enough, in other words. But whatever happens, happens. It's one of those things where, you keep telling yourself, and you keep it's like, that little train getting that steam, and, pushing in and doing, and you just keep pushing, and after a while it just comes. It just completely comes. And, it's hard at first, okay? Like, when I was looking at this, I made this 9 to 11, and I really need to maybe make this a half an hour to an hour at first, and then go from there, and, and build up my audience, because everybody has to start from somewhere, and so I have to build up my audience and hope that and pray that it builds to the capacity, but it takes time, like anything else. Rome wasn't built in a day, my mother used to say, and I just do what I gotta do. It's unfortunate that a lot of people don't see it that way, though. But you know what? I have stopped caring about what people think a long time ago. I'm going to make my little indentation on the world, okay, and hope that it sticks. I hope that it does what it's supposed to do. Somewhere along the line, I hope that I've made someone happy. And if I haven't, well, what can I say? But it appears to me, somehow or other, that I'm happy through the art, through all the art that I see, through all the art that I'll tell you what. When I was a counselor in grade school, when the little kids used to make different things, and I would always look at how their art progressed, and it was really quite wonderful being in there with them, because they would come in and they would show me their art, or they would bring me a piece of art to hang up on. I had a little, wall, with little push pins in it. And, I would hang up the art there, and it would be really nice to see, their different artwork and what they did. And I remember one time, years and years ago, when one of my first jobs with children, not that one, it was maybe my second or third job with children, was when I worked for Head Start. And one of the kids ran up to his mother and said, Mommy, look what I made. Isn't it beautiful? And she's like, what is that supposed to be? And I'm like, my goodness, you just crushed the kid's dream. Gee, you know what I mean? And lots of times I think we do that. We just crush other people's dreams because we don't have dreams of our own. I was taught to dream. Okay. I taught my kids to dream big. Okay. The bigger, the better. Does that mean that they're astronauts or anything like that? No, but they're good kids, and they're smart kids, and they do what they have to do. I mean, it's a beautiful thing to see. My son has his own radio show. I was hoping that he would come on, but I don't think he is. My son has his own radio show, and he does well. My daughter, she's doing what she wants. She's doing well. My oldest daughter's doing well. And, it takes time. It takes time, and it takes strength, and it takes, the positivity of telling your kids all the time, you can do it. It's kind of like the little train of good. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it, you can do it. And, it's amazing to me what people think and what people do. And, but I'm putting it out there, I'm going to come on every week. I think I'm going to change the time from 9 to 11 until it gets intense to where, people will be coming on. Because lots of people say, oh, I'm coming on, I'm going to be on, I'm going to see it, and I'm going to do it and everything like that. And I don't hold stock on what people say. I'm just not that kind. I'm not that girl. All right. I live by my own rules and God's rules. But, and that is if you say something, I'll see it when I see it. If I don't see it, not my loss. Okay. 2 things I'm going to tell you that I should probably put in here. And that is that I've written 2 books. And do I put them in the comment section? No, I won't. But I've written 2 books, one on herbal healing, and then the other one on the Survivor's Guide for Herbs and Healing. And I'll put them up next time. But, it'll do what it has to do. But anyway, I don't know whether I'm gonna. Should I stay up for now? I'll stay up for a little while longer. I'll stay up for a little while. I'll give you half an hour of me. Isn't that wonderful? You get a half an hour of me. No, you're supposed to get 2 hours, and I don't know why I made it 2 hours. But I guess I should be doing some artwork and cutting out things, but I'm not getting up to go get scissors. I'm selling it. They're way in the living room, and I'm not getting them. They should have been here, right? But I will be cooking. I will be coming on. I will be growing indoor plants. I've been into indoor plants. Let me tell you about this. That's my onion. That's one of them. The other one is across the room. But this is my little. I'm into indoor gardening. I got into indoor gardening because I can't kneel down since I had the stroke. But what was really funny about that is that my husband just threw away, I want to say, a refrigerator about, you can't see it. I don't know how. It's a small refrigerator, but when it stood upright, it was about that tall. And it stopped working somehow. I don't know how, but like things do. So we threw it out, and of course, it's snowing and everything like that, and they don't pick up the big garbage until this Monday. We have recycle and stuff like that. So what I was going to do was ask him to take the top off and actually use it for, build it, make it somehow and build it over and make it to inhabit some plants on my deck, so that are, that ought to be really nice, I think, really. But that's what I thought about, but I don't know how I want to do it, so I'll think about that and get back to you on that one. I don't know whether I want to cover it or something and then, put dirt in it, or whether I want to put planters in it, and stuff, so that I can transport them in, back into the house after, when it starts to get cold again. Unfortunately, I still live in northern weather, but, hey, it is what it is. And I like to grow herbs. What I did that was really, 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 really crazy was I got one of those long carpenters, but it was metal. I don't know whether my husband made that or not, but it was metal and it had a handle on it and everything like that. And he actually gave me one of them to put my art things in. And I decided to plant some plants in it. And I planted a bunch of herbs in it, and it was doing really good. But then I brought it inside, and it was also doing really good where I put it in the window. Okay. But unfortunately, I decided to move it up front and put it in the fireplace. On the fireplace, not in the fireplace. Put it on the fireplace, and it completely died. So I got to start from scratch all over again in the spring with that one. But that'll be my job. And I don't know whether I'm going to just put one plant in it or two plants and forget about it. But, and it was, like I said, it was doing beautifully where I had it. And of course, I moved it. Okay. So, I won't do that again. That won't happen again. But, I'm just getting into, and like I said, those planters that want to come on, this is for the artists, in their gardens. And I mean, I find, like I said, I find so much beauty out there that I don't know how people have time or even want to make time to do some of the heinous, and heinous is the word. Okay, I don't know why people want to do some of the heinous things that they do when they can do it in art or in art form. Okay, I've seen what some people have done with things that normally other people would throw away. Okay, and actually today I was looking at on a site, and I was looking at some things, and this person actually took the bottles that we throw away, okay, the plastic bottles, and built a castle, made it into a castle, so that when you look at it at first or second or even third glance, you don't know that they're plastic bottles till you read, the caption on the bottom that said, this is, upcycle art, and this was made from plastic bottles. And I'm thinking, good, because I drink so much water that it might make sense to me. I don't know. That might be just a small project for me. I don't think we're going to make a big one. This was a pretty big one. But that might be something for me and my grandchildren to do, to give them something that they like. And I also think, too, to give them a memory, of something. And, to find a memory in that. And, see, I remember when I did that with Grandmom. That would be nice. I would like it. So having said that, okay, it's now 9:25 in the p.m. And it doesn't look like anybody's going to come on. So I am going to, because I could talk you to death, I guess, but I am going to log off and be off by 9:30. And so I'm going to wish you a good week, the rest of the week, 2 days. No, then you got Saturday and Sunday. I'm going to say God bless you. I love you. I'm going to be back next week. Don't worry. I'm just going to try to change the time a little bit. But I'm going to be back next week, and I will change the time. And I will talk to you soon. I love you. And God loves you more. So, good night. God bless. And I will see you all on the flip side. Bye-bye. Have a good evening.